Hello and welcome to Madden NFL 23, where I will be doing the Huston Texans as my franchise team. You see the head coach right there, CJ Ambrose. Yes, I used my real name because I am super creative. Now we're just going to scroll through the league settings. Nothing crazy here, just disabled relocation settings. Set my quarter length to 10 minutes, 20-second minimum play clock. And I also got rid of depth trait regression. Again, not too much crazy. I also got rid of fill roster. Fill roster is on. I'll be starting this in the regular season. And let's go into this roster. When it comes to schemes, we're going to run a vertical zone run with the Tampa 2 defense. I do want to keep it similar to the Lovie Smith type defense. And I just always run out of the Patriots offense. I will probably make some adjustments to both the offense and defense. Now, roster-wise, there's a lot to be desired. Davis Mills is our QB, and he's fine going into his second year, but fine really won't get it done in the NFL. He was fine his rookie year. Not great, but not bad, especially for a rookie. Did earn that star dev. His ratings are, again, fine. His speed, agility, fine. Throw power, it's fine. Short accuracy, it's fine. But there's nothing much more than that. His motivations, he doesn't like that we're vertical zone run. Doesn't like that we're not in the Super Bowl chase. Does like that Texas has no income tax, which will help us with free agents. Running backs, Marlon Mack, he's kind of just a bridge guy. I don't see him as the RB of the future. And then we have behind him, we have Dameon Pierce, who is a rookie. And again, he's a power back. I really don't see him being anything more. His blocking is not good. His catching, it's actually not horrendous for a guy that's mostly looked at as a pure power back. Not much when it comes to speed, but he's fine as a young running back. Probably won't see much of Royce Freeman because of Dameon Pierce here. Then when it comes to receivers, Brandon Cooks is incredibly undervalued in real life. Madden 87 is fine. I gave him that captain tag. He had over 1,000 yards receiving last year, over 90 catches, really good in the game. Just a really good player. We have him locked up for a few years. And yeah, I really, really like Brandon Cooks. We then have Philip Dorsett. Not really worried about him. We have Charles Rogers. And we have Pharaoh Brown here, who is a tight end. They have him marked as the sixth receiver. But a guy that is interesting, second-year receiver, Nico Collins, 6'4", 215. He's a pretty all-around solid receiver. I do want to work on his route running. His release isn't great either. He doesn't do too much when it comes to pass blocking or returning, doesn't return at all. And he's fine after the catch, but if you can really develop that deep route running, you could have a big jump ball threat there. Then when it comes to the offensive line, Laramie Tunsil is a monster. We have him locked up for a while, I believe. Let's look at that contract. No, we actually only have him for this year and next. So I was wrong there. Guess time flies when he was signed to that massive deal. But yeah, really good. Definitely just a bookend guy that I want to keep around. Then we got the rookie right here, Kenyon Green. I do not know the rookie's depth traits. I have not looked for anyone in the league, so it will be a surprise. Probably just going to be a star, but I'm excited for him. He could definitely be the left guard of the future. Then there's nothing else to really write home about on the offensive line. Titus Howard is here, but after 3 years, Titus Howard just really hasn't developed. Then we got Brevin Jordan, second-year guy out of Miami. Again, he's fine. Maybe he can be tight end of the future. He's got fine speed, not much when it comes to blocking. I don't know. Now the defense. Now we actually have a pretty interesting defense. We'll start with the line. We got Ross Blacklock, who has not really developed through his first 2 years like they've wanted him to. Maybe we can get something. I'm hoping we can get something. He's a fine guy when it comes to ratings in Madden. His motivations, they look at him as a future starter. He likes it here. He's just going to have to prove it. He's going to have to earn his spot here on the defense. Then we got other guys like Grenard and Collins, but an interesting guy here is Jerry Hughes. He's 34 years old, and you're like, CJ, why would you have Jerry Hughes there? Well, you see that player tag there at the bottom. He's a mentor. he helps other players at the position with their training XP, so he's very valuable to us in that aspect for our younger guys like Green and, I'm not even going to try that one. Now we look at cornerbacks. So we got Steven Nelson coming over from the Eagles. He's a fine player. He's just going to be a good little bridge player. It stinks that he's not a mentor, because that could really help with the guy we're going to look at next, and that is Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley, the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft, was a monster at LSU as a freshman. Dealt with some injuries, COVID. They said motivation was a bit of an issue. But when this guy's at his best, and he is motivated, he is a lockdown player. Probably the best defender in all of college football when he was a freshman. Day 1 starter. I really, really want him to just be kind of the cornerstone of this defensive back lineup, and I don't see why he can't be that. Then when it comes to safeties, we got Petrie right here, Jalen Petrie. He's a rookie. He's interesting out of Baylor. Do have to work on his coverage, but his physicals are there for sure. Actually, a pretty good man cover guy as well as a free safety, which I do like a lot. We don't have much when it comes to strong safeties. Linebackers, not much. Grugier Hill, he's an older guy. Let's see if he has that mentor tag. He's only 28. Wow. For some reason, I thought he was older than that. Good player, though, coming over from the Eagles a few years ago. And then we got Christian Kirksey. Man, injuries have really hindered Kirksey. Really good player when he was younger. It's a shame with injuries. But an interesting guy here, though. Blake Cashman. He's going into his 4th year, but look at that athleticism. 90 speed, outside linebacker. He really can't do too much in pass rush. He's fine defending the run, but look at that speed. Develop that zone coverage a bit, and you could really, really have something with Blake Cashman. Jesus, my speaking. And then we look at the special teams. Nothing too crazy here. We got Johnston, who's got a real powerful leg, and Fairbairn at kicker, again, a big leg. Does have some accuracy issues, but he's fine. Then on the practice squad, we really don't have anything special here. We got Strevler out of South Dakota, I believe, Chris Strevler. But the real interesting guy we have, I signed him, Lim Bowden Jr., going into his 3rd year. This guy did it all at Kentucky. Played quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Really hasn't had his foothold in the NFL. I believe he was drafted by Oakland, then traded to Miami, or it was the other way around, before he even played a game. And now he's a free agent. Decided to pick him up, and maybe we could have some. They think he could be a future starter. I'm really interested to see how Lim Bowden does. Now that's the roster. Let's go over and look at some of the top prospects going into this year's draft. I'm using an auto-generated draft, at least for the first season of this, and it's highlighted by Antonio Jefferson, outside linebacker. Don't know too much about him, don't know if he's a rush guy or a pass coverage guy, but really what we're looking at is the QBs. 3 of the top 10 players ranked in this draft are QBs. And you see the first one there, the top ranked one is Seth Holcomb. Holcomb, I mean, he looks pretty good. He's coming out of UL Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. Then after him is Cody Kendrick and Andy Higgins. They're the real big 3, with Kendrick and Holcomb really being looked at as the 2 that are above everybody else. Cody Kendrick, a real big guy. Holcomb, he's not too small himself, as you see Andy Higgins right there. What I plan to be doing is I'll probably make an episode all about the draft somewhere near the end of the season. I don't know when that'll be, but it will be soon enough. Now, opening day keys. We have to talk to the media. The first question is if we want to focus on offense or defense. We're going to go with a dominating offense. We're going to establish a rhythm on offense and dictate the flow. Now, running game or passing game. Davis Mills was probably our best player last year on offense, except for Brandon Cooks and Laramie Tunster. So we're going to go with passing game. So they want us to beat the Colts and throw for 350 plus yards. I doubt that will happen, but we'll give it a go. I'm CJ Ambers, or CJ Ambers 05. Opening day, week 1 against the Colts will come out very soon. I'm very excited to see you guys there.